Speaking of horses, I'm Wayne Williams. We're here at the Northwest Horse Fair in Albany, Oregon. And one of our affiliate TV members from Speaking of Horses is my guest this morning. That's Heidi McLaughlin. And how are you this morning?
How are you?
Good. We had an interesting day yesterday. We filmed one of Heidi's clinics yesterday for future use. And that clinic went very well. We did one in Pomona a few weeks ago that the horse just wasn't cooperating.
That was funny. It was supposed to be a clinic on how to help people get over their fear of their horse spooking. And this gal brought a real nice, very sweet and gentle draft cross mare. Older, all furry, and I couldn't get the horse to spook, so that I could teach her how to handle herself and handle the horse when it's...
It's an entertaining clinic to watch, and I'm sure at some point we'll have it posted, but it just wasn't working out. Well, the one yesterday worked out pretty well.
Right, so we tried it again yesterday, and another perfect candidate. She volunteered and brought her horse, and the horse was actually a very, very good horse. Responds to her well. She can ride well, she can canter, but she's deathly afraid if that horse spooks. So I was able to teach her how to handle herself and what to do and handle the horse. And so people got to actually see this time. That was funny.
So you've been hitting a lot more of the expos this year. Which one? Do you have any more left this spring?
Yeah, actually I have a couple. I'll be in Iowa, the Iowa Horse Expo next week. I think it's in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It's the weekend of April 1st, I believe.
Yeah, that's 2 weekends.
Yes. And I know Chris Cox is going to be there. I think the people of Iowa are in for a treat because he's never gone to that expo before.
That'll be a good one.
So
yes.
that should be good. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are anxious to have the opportunity to see him. And I felt honored that they asked me to come too and be included. I'm also going to be a clinician at Sacramento. What is that? The Western States.
The Western States in June. I'll be back there with you.
Yeah.
So.
And then I have quite a few clinics that I'm flying all around to do. I do 2-day clinics to help people get over their fear, and so I'll be back here in Albany in 4 weeks to conduct a 2-day clinic. And then I have one the end of April, beginning of May in Iowa. And I have one in Redding, California in May. And so we're putting together some of those 2-day clinics.
Right.
And so I'll be busy and probably until about July.
Well, and the beauty of the expos, when you come and do these expos, the real beauty of that is that people can come over, they see what you're doing, and then you do come back and do the clinics.
Right.
And you can get your people right here that say, man, I want more time with you and with my horse.
Exactly. And I started doing that when I realized I was feeling bad because the people would come and they would get excited and say, I really need help with this. Are you ever coming back to this area? And I'd say, well, I'll try to set something up. And I realized that if I really worked hard at it and tried to find a facility and make it work out, that I was able to help them more.
Right. And you said something in the clinic yesterday that has stuck with me, and it's like, you always want your horse to help you through these bad times, and what your horse is really doing is he's looking to you to help him through the bad times.
Right.
And that's the thought process most people don't think about.
When we're stuck in fear, we're always hoping for a horse to be brave for us. And we're talking about a flight animal who runs from fear, needs to go back to the herd for safety. And so when the rider kind of panics, when the horse spooks, the rider panics, it turns into something it didn't need to turn into, and the horse basically thinks you just left him. And so he goes back to his instinct and says, I gotta save myself. And it doesn't need to go that far.
Well, and when I first started seeing you at various expos, you had just your book, Fearless Rider, and I think I went and you did a talk about the book, and I think I filmed one of your first talks way back, Equine Affairs somewhere.
I think we were in Colorado.
Maybe it was Colorado.
It was at the Rocky Mountain Horse Expo in Denver.
And you were just getting started, and you have now evolved past the book. I mean, the book is really good data if you want to get Heidi's book and don't have it. But then now you're in that arena with people, and you're really showing them basically your own experiences in being a fearless rider.
Yeah, and I have evolved. I started, the book came out It's called Kick Your Fear of Horses, and it came out in August of 2012. I did a revision on it in 2014, and then I came out with a DVD called The 12 Steps to Fearless Riding. And then I started doing clinics, all of which is surprising to me, because when I wrote the book and I was a fearful rider, I would have never in a million years thought it would evolve to the way it is, where now I'm doing demonstrations at expos in front of an audience, and that I am going all over the country and helping people. It just evolved, and
But it's fun. Isn't it?
it's fun. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about it. I almost feel like it's a ministry, because I don't want people to be afraid anymore. They don't have to be.
And see, that's the way I feel when I'm out with the TV show or whatever. This is fun, And although you can go home dead tired, like I have a red-eye flight home tonight, I'll be back in Wisconsin, like 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll be driving to my house. But
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
But, see, you can be dead tired when you do that, and then you say, okay, let's see, what's coming up in a couple of days? There you are,
And it really is it is a great experience. You start to, you meet the nicest people on the road, and I just feel really blessed to be able to do what I love.
Well, and you do a good job with it.
Thank you.
Well, we're running out of time, but it's been nice talking to Heidi again this morning. So Heidi, thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. It's always good to see you.
Oh, I have fun, and you're always a pleasure to be around. So
Thank you.
Thanks to Heidi, and we're at the Northwest Horse Fair in Albany, Oregon. Stay with us. We're on Speaking of Horses.